welcome to the online career development workshop. Today, we are hosting an information session about 5-1 Labs programs hosted by Ms. Savo Rasul, the Communities and Partnership Manager. This event is hosted by or organized by the Student Services Department of AUIS. My name is Lawan Sirwan and I'm the Student Services Coordinator here. Before we begin, I would like to remind you that if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, do that right now so you are notified every time we do such events. Ms. Savo, thank you so much for your time and welcome to this event.
Thank you so much for the introduction. It's always nice to be part of AUIS events. The students are always driven. We see a lot of entrepreneurs, startup owners coming out of AUIS. So I'm excited to be part of the next events, maybe something about startups where your entrepreneurs and students can participate. So hello everyone, good afternoon. As Lawan introduced me, I'm Savo Bakhtiar, the Community and Partnership Manager at 5-1 Labs. I have had experience with international B2B sales and human resource management prior to working for 5-1 Labs. I will start sharing my screen. I prepared a simple presentation just to have a simple guideline to our discussion. And if you guys can see my screen, maybe you can give me a thumbs up, Lawan. Can you see my screen? Sounds good. Okay. So before we dive into...
Yes, it looks great.
Great. Before we dive into talking about 5-1 Labs and what we do, I wanted to bring up a discussion. I don't know if you guys can see the chat or not, but I'm pretty sure you all noticed that there has been a fantastic and fascinating rise in the entrepreneurship in the Kurdistan region of Iraq and Iraq overall. And you might ask, why is that? What is the reason behind that? And I think from our side, we kind of take the credit for being an entrepreneurship support organization. I mean, AUIS has been supporting entrepreneur and entrepreneurial in Kurdistan for a while now. There are a lot of other organizations, NGOs, universities that has been pushing entrepreneurship in Kurdistan. And as collectively, these are called an entrepreneurship support organization. And 5-1 Lab is one of those organizations. So you might ask me, what is 5-1 Labs? What we do? 5-1 Labs is a startup incubator. We are an entrepreneurship ecosystem builder. We first launched in Erbil with a pilot incubator in 2017. The founders, Alice and Patricia, when they noticed that there are a lot of ideas, there are a lot of young individuals who have amazing entrepreneurship ideas that can help the economy and boost the economy in Iraq and Kurdistan, they saw that there's a huge opportunity to develop this. The problem was there's not enough support or guidance on how to take an idea of entrepreneurship, an idea of a business, and make it into something operational, an operational business. So we started with a pilot in 2017, and then we came to Suli and opened our office, which is called the Lab Suli. Some of you have already came to our office and participated in some of the events that we did. And then about a year and a half ago, we opened our office in Erbil. So right now we are located in Erbil and Suli, but our programs are not limited to these two cities because there are other entrepreneurial organizations that we collaborate with, that we partner with, where we do programs and trainings in collaboration. Since at the end, we all have the same mission, which is to improve the entrepreneurship in Iraq and Kurdistan. So you might ask how these entrepreneurial support organization can help entrepreneurs, can help aspiring entrepreneurs. And mainly, this is different from an organization to another, but mainly it's through 3 channels. And as 5-1 Labs for us is through training, through our community and through the mentorship. So by the training, we mean we arrange programs, training programs. These programs are different type of programs targeting different type of business owners. For example, if you have an idea of entrepreneurship and business, we think that the incubator program that we are having might be the best for you. If you are a later stage business owner and you want to expand and develop the accelerators that we are running, and I know IUIS is already running another accelerator, Takween, that's the best for later stage businesses. And then we have programs that's dedicated for students like you. You might have an idea, you want to work on it for the future, you just want the basic of entrepreneurship. We have summer programs for students. And then we know for the females, starting a business might be a little bit difficult. So we have dedicated another program only for female business owners, where we call the program Female Founder Fellowship. The second channel is our community. I think every entrepreneurial support organization provide this, which is connecting entrepreneurs, business owners to investors, to mentors, to consultants, internationally and locally. It's very important because through this network and connection, you will be able to expand and develop your business, try new ideas, try new tools that you might not be aware of within your own circle. And alongside this network, we have our events. Probably some of you have already joined our webinars, our workshops. We've been running webinar mostly for the past year because of the outbreak of COVID-19. But the main mission and goal of 5-1 Lab is to include everyone. So you will see that our events programs are in all 3 languages. We make sure to invite participants and entrepreneurs who are displaced, and we also include definitely the local ones. And it's not only limited to Kurdistan, we make sure to include the center and the south and Baghdad of Iraq as well. And the third channel is mentorship and advisory service. So a lot of times when you start a business, you have an idea, you would want an advice from someone who went through this journey, to learn from their obstacles that they face, to learn from the challenges, and sometimes to use the solutions that they used. And sometimes, for example, where you need a mentorship on marketing, what we do, we connect you to our collaborators, for example, from Facebook, Amazon, different international entities, and they give you mentorship. This mentorship is a part of the training programs, but sometimes when we see that there are other startups that would like to get advice from us, we also provide that. I wanted to go in and dive into the programs and give you a little bit detail, just in case in the future you wanted to participate, you have a basic idea from the beginning. Just so you know, all of these programs are free of charge. We are a non-profit organization. Our trainers are very educated and informative. They have been trained with internationally and also locally. They have MBA, so we have very well-trained trainers. So you are going to be in good hand. We make sure that everyone follow the international standard of starting a business in case in the future you want to expand outside of Iraq. So we try to cover everything from the beginning to make sure you are all well prepared. As I mentioned, the first program and the main program that we've been doing frequently are Startup Incubator. And this is like we have couple of different types. So for example, right now in Sulaimani, we are running tech-related startup incubator. What I mean, the participants are business owners of tech or tech-enabled businesses. And by tech-enabled business, we mean those businesses that you can run on social media, for example, Instagram business, Facebook business, things like that. So these programs are a long, intensive program. It's 3 months, full-time. It's mainly for those who have an idea. So it's for the idea stage businesses. Let's say you are an entrepreneur, you have the idea, but you don't know how to start. This is the perfect program for you, because you will go through three learning models, which is design, where you design your business model, and then build the business, and also build the prototype, the first prototype of your service or your product. And let's say if it's a tech business, usually it's the website or the application. And then the lead model, which you will be learning about how to lead your team, how to do the operation of the business. At the end of each month of these 3 months, you will have kind of a test. Let's call it a test. It's a pitch competition where you pitch your idea, your business model, to experts, where we bring experts from outside of 51 Labs to judge your idea. It's not mainly judging, it's just an opportunity for you to fix based on the feedback that they give you. Then at the end of the 3 months, there's going to be a demo day where you're going to do your final pitch. Everything is ready. You have your prototype ready, and you present your idea to judges. And based on that, a couple of winners will be announced. And these winners will get an amount of fund to start the business and operate. So the amount of the budget or the fund that you get is different from one incubator to another. But usually it's around 10,000 to 25,000 each, which is a good start for you if you're just starting. We don't take anything from you. This money will be given to you, but we will follow up with you to see how you are spending the money, if you need any advisory from us, and we make sure that you are on the right path. With every program, we have advisory. So after the program it's finished, and it's like you enter the real world and you start working on your business and establishing the business. We give you a 6-month span where you can always come back to us and ask for any consultancy regarding any area of your business. If we cannot provide the advisory, we will definitely connect you to some expert within our network to do that for you. We also provide a co-working space for our participants and graduates of our programs. In the Suli, we have the Lab Suli co-working space. So around 1 month to 3 months, you will get free membership. And it's a great opportunity for you because you will not spend money on renting an office, and you will be inside this community where you get to meet other entrepreneurs, other experts, and also working on your business. So this is the incubator. The second type of program that we have are accelerators, which is something you might be more familiar with since IUIS is running one. But these are more intensive programs. Why? Because it's for later stage businesses. So these businesses already have their customer bases. So they already been operating for a couple of years. So they know their market. And it's time for them, for example, to expand or open another office in another place, in another city. During these programs, the participants, the entrepreneurs have access to marketing, finance, legal, and operational experts. We arrange workshops for them, specifically talking about these areas of a business, and they will also get advisory services from 51 Labs team. And of course, all of those who are part of any of our program, from like the simplest one to the biggest one, the more intense one, they get to be part of our network. As I mentioned, sometimes, especially with the displaced entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, they kind of face some issues while building up the business. If it's culture-wise, if it's family-wise, there are a couple of factors affecting that. So when we were running programs, we realized that we need to specify and have a specific program only targeting female founders. So every year we run a female founder fellowship. It's 4 months long. It's also for later stage business owners. And it's the same as kind of close to the accelerator, but more focused on each business of the female founders, business owners, sorry. And also they also get the advisory session from 51 Labs, and they're gonna be part of the networking. For this, till now, it doesn't have any funds, but that might not be the case for the next Female Founder Fellowship. It's different from a year to another. This is the program that might a lot of you be interested in because it's targeted to students. So our summer program is only 1 month long. Mainly we target students because it's for the idea stage businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs. You will mainly be taught about visibility studies and market research fit. It's just for you to see if your idea gonna work in the Iraqi and Kurdistan market. Because in this stage, in the idea stage, you will have the opportunity to probably make changes on your idea, or even like completely change your idea and start working on something else. And so you don't go and build up the business and then realize, oh, okay, well, my idea is not suitable for this market. You will know from the beginning. And usually all of our programs, for example, the Incubator, in Erbil, we are running Arabic programs. In Suli, we run English and Kurdish. And this is gonna be vice versa this year as well. But the summer program is mainly in Kurdish in Suli, and we will run in Arabic as well. So these are the programs. I don't know, Alawan, if there are any questions from the chat or anything. Probably you can give me a head up.
So far, we don't have any questions. I think we can ask the questions at the end if you would like.
Okay.
Or, okay, it's up to you.
Thank you. So now the second channel was the community, and the main thing for us is the events. So the events that we are arranging are most, like 90% of it are for the public, because we want to share and we want to spread awareness about entrepreneurship in the region and in Iraq. And we do a lot of webinars, which is online sessions with different experts, local experts and international experts. If you go to our YouTube channel, we have recording of every webinar that we do. And you will notice there's different topics and different languages being used. Because as I mentioned, our vision and mission is to include everyone. So we'll try our best to make sure we cover every language and every topic. When I mean by topic, a lot of students are called aspiring students, aspiring entrepreneurs, and there are also startup owners. So like the range is a lot and huge. So the topics are targeted for everyone. So we have topics that are for beginners, and there we have topics that are very specific, that only the later stage businesses can understand and enjoy and get benefit from. Then we have CEO talks. We do these CEO talks for the public and also as a closed event only for our participants. Because we noticed that if you see the experience and the journey of someone who went through the same things that you did, you will learn a lot from. So in the CEO talks, what we do, we get people that were entrepreneurs and started the same as our entrepreneur, and they share their journey. And you will realize that, for example, a lot of tech business owners face the same issue that our entrepreneurs are facing right now. So within these discussions, within these talks, they learn from each other. We also arrange a lot of workshops. Unfortunately, due to Corona, we've stopped every face-to-face events that we had, but we're still trying to do these online. But previously, we were targeting specific topics. For example, we were doing workshop on QuickBooks Online, which is a finance handling tool that's very important for startups and business owners to know about. And we bring experts. For example, we brought an expert on user experience, UX and UI from Starbucks. So we have a diverse network and access to a lot of great experts where they give these workshops and webinars for free for us, and we publish it to our community. And the first one is panel discussion, and I think that's the most interesting sort of the events that we have, because there's a lot of discussion between the attendees and the panelists. So always, like, our panel discussions are very interesting. And then when there's no Corona and there are no cases, we arrange community events such as bazaars. We usually have a summer and a winter bazaar where we invite local business owners, like the small business owners, and we just announce an event in our space, and people come and check out their services and check out their products. And it's always nice to see new faces and also to see how this startup changed since last year, how their customer bases increased so much. And then we arrange hackathons. We also celebrate international events, entrepreneurial events, such as Global Entrepreneurship Week. So how can you join our events? You can definitely go on our website, which I wrote in every you can see it in the bottom of each slide. It's www.51labs.org. Or you can go on our social media. It's only 51 Labs. So if you type 51 Labs, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also definitely email us at events@51labs.org to be included in our newsletter, which is weekly, to get updated about our upcoming events. All right, so at the beginning, you might have heard me say that the channels are three, where it was the training, the community, and the mentorship. Since last year, we decided to, we know, when we talk to our entrepreneurs that are participating in our programs, and you experience the issues with them, you'll realize and you'll find gaps that as 51 Labs and as the community that we can fill in for them and help them and support them more. So in 2020, we launched a new initiative, which is called 51 Invest. We realized there's a huge opportunity for local investors to invest in our own entrepreneurs and startups. If you notice, a lot of local investors only invest in family businesses. There's always a risk, and they are scared to invest in a business outside of their family circle. And we want to break that circle. We want to show investors that our entrepreneurs go through an intensive training. They are working on their business model. It's international standard. They've been talking to international investors, and international investors invest in these businesses. So why does the local investors does not do that? So with this initiative, we are linking the entrepreneurs and local investors to make sure we are doing a great matchmaking, and we make sure that the deal and the agreement is going smoothly between them. And also within that, we do events that's specifically for 51 Invest. So if you go on the website, you will see we arrange webinars where we introduce type of investment, like venture capital investment, angel investment, to entrepreneurs. And we also talk to investors saying, okay, what are you looking for when you are investing in a business? So the entrepreneur can get ready and be able to pitch in front of an investor in the best way possible. I hope I didn't ramble a lot, but I basically tried to cover everything in a short period of time. But at the end, I wanted to share my favorite quote from Tess golden, which is there's no shortage of remarkable ideas. What is missing is the will to execute them. And I think AUIS students are the leaders of the future. You guys, I see a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs coming up with amazing ideas sometimes when you visit our offices or participate in our programs. So I hope you guys are not scared. You should always try. And if you talk to any entrepreneur, probably the first idea never worked for them, but they never give up. There's always other ideas and they always try. And with every fall you learn. So I hope you're not scared and you take the chances. And thank you so much for listening to me. And I hope you have enough idea about 5-1 Labs. And maybe we can do this again in the future when we have more programs to share. And you can contact us through these emails and the website. Back to you, Lawen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Savo Khan. Thank you for such an elaborate presentation. I learned so much from you today. I hope our students have learned as well. And thank you again for your time, for taking the time of your day and doing this information session with us. We have several questions. One of our participants, Kagdarko, asks, are any business ideas qualified? Meaning, what does the business have to be qualified for the programs? Does it have to be unique and something that has not been done yet? And another question, how can we register for student summer program? I think we already answered that one by going to your website. And after that, I have several questions I would like to ask you as well.
Sure. So thank you so much for your question. Actually, the programs are different. So if you are talking about the incubator, for example, definitely the applicants will go through a screening process. So there will be criteria to choose from. We tend to get attracted to the unique business ideas, but that doesn't mean that the other business ideas are not included in our programs. And for example, right now the incubator is tech business. So we only accept tech or tech-enabled businesses. The other businesses, when we run another incubator, we will contact them again and say, you had an amazing idea. What about this program? We think this is more suitable for you. Because tech businesses and the way they operate is different, especially in Kurdistan region, because till now, till this second, they have trouble registering their business because, for example, tech-enabled businesses such as Instagram or social media businesses, they do not fall under any category to register in the Chamber of Commerce. So we need to tackle these issues with them to make sure they are ready for service. And that's different from another type of services. And if you go on our website, you will see our graduate and you will see that we have a diverse set of ideas and business. So always, I think it's always great to apply. And when we reject, which is, I don't like the word reject, but when you are not accepted in the program, we usually tell you why. So it will be a chance for you to work on the idea as well and see what is missing to be part of these programs. And maybe I can answer the question about the summer program. Also, again, we haven't announced it yet, but we will announce it in the coming maybe month or two. Definitely always check our Facebook. That's the most, that's like the main channel where we share this information, and then the website.
Thank you so much for answering that. Mustafa, I have a couple of questions. Let's say you already have the idea and you are planning to apply for 5-1 Labs. What are some preparations that you could do before applying, or do you have any tips going into the program, or 5-1 Labs will provide everything that you need the minute you apply, if you know what I mean?
Yeah. So to answer that, I think the main thing is to make sure you dedicate your time. This is a full-time program. If you think you cannot manage it, definitely include a team member that can be within the trainings and the program all the time, because there's going to be assignment, there's going to be like scoring sheets. It's basically like university, so you have to be completely dedicated to it. I think for the incubators, if you have the idea, we're gonna walk you through A to Z, so you don't need to prepare anything. We are here to help you to understand, because we know you just have the idea, but you don't know the basics. So we teach you that. Sorry, what was the second question?
It was just what would be ideal for you to do before going into the program? I think you already answered it.
Yeah, and I think one, if I can add to that, is just make do a research, see if there's similar businesses in the region, what they are missing and what you can add. I think if you come in to us saying, okay, I know this business is not unique, but this is the twist that I can bring in, and this is what I can do to make a change. So I think these are the things that you can do.
I have another question. Thank you so much for answering that. You mentioned that during your programs or incubators, at one stage you do a pitch competition, which is evaluated by an international committee. And I think it's always very important to learn about pitch, how to do your pitches, despite of if you are in a program or outside, you're starting up your own business. So I would like to ask, if possible, can you give us some tips and tricks on how to prepare for your pitch or this evaluation session? Please.
Yeah, so for the programs at the last month, you will definitely focus on your pitches. We will give you guidance on how to pitch. You will be doing test pitches in front of the teams and other entrepreneurs. Beside that, we usually do workshop or online webinars only just talking about how to pitch in front of an investor or how to pitch your business. But generally, I think the main component that you need to add into your pitch is a brief introduction, how this business is making a change in the community, why you just decided you're going to work on this business, and the budget you are asking for. So this is like the main, but definitely based on any kind of business, there might be a little change in each pitch presentation. Actually, we are planning to do like a webinar on pitch sometime soon. So maybe I can share it with you, so you can share it with the students and they can join. Since I might not be the best person to answer that question, because I want to give you a detailed answer. So my teammates might be able to answer the questions, the specific questions about pitching that the students have in a better way.
I think you answered that perfectly. I got all the answers that I needed. And also, please do share that webinar with us so I can share it with our community. I think it's a great opportunity. Thank you again. I have one last question, and that is, I think we didn't talk about, is that for your incubator programs, how many times are people allowed to apply for them? If they are rejected or not accepted in their first idea, are they allowed to reapply with the same idea or different ideas? What is the process of that?
So there's no limit of reapplying at all. You can always apply. Sometimes the competition is really intense and we always struggle to pick because we have a limit. Either we need to, it's different from a program to another, but let's say we have a limit of 15 entrepreneurs that we can, we can support. Sometimes the competition is really intense. So even when you have a good idea, you kind of miss out the chance to participate. So you are always welcome to reapply. Like I said, when you get the email saying you were not accepted, we kind of explain why. We explain maybe you can work on the business idea or the reason behind this business a little bit better, and you will have more chances in the future. But you guys are always welcome to reapply. And please, like in case you apply and you don't get an answer, which is not going to happen, but feel free to email us and let us know I've applied, why I'm not getting an answer from you.
Okay, I just have one other question from Kagdarko. He's saying, what happens if you are accepted and don't make it? Let's say the funds run out and your business is about to fail. I'm not negative. I just want to have a clear vision on what happens in these circumstances.
Sure. So let's say you participate, you finish the program, but you are not the top 3 or top 5 that get funds. So what we do usually, we make sure to not leave out anyone. So for example, my job as a partnership manager is to go out and bring in other funds, maybe other opportunities. Maybe it's not going to be money, but other supports from, let's say, local businesses. We try our best to include everyone. There were a lot of cases where the top 3, for example, got 15,000, 10,000, 5,000, but then we make sure to collaborate with other NGOs where all of the other get 2,000 or even 1,000. Let's say you got the money and you did everything to make sure you got the advisory from us, but somehow the business did not work out. You get the money, you will have a chance to, this is like a slim chance, but you will have a chance to kind of change the idea a little bit or make a simple change on the business. So we will be with you to make sure the business is not failing, but sometimes this is out of anyone's hand. Probably a lot of businesses have been closing down due to Corona. So with the funds that you get, we give you a timeline saying, okay, we will give you extra time. Maybe after the cases has slowed down, after the operation starts again, we can work on it again. So we try our best not to give up. But there are cases, yeah, unfortunately, there are cases where we have no hand in it.
Absolutely. Do you have any experience where a startup has failed?
So far, looked, honestly, the past year has been very difficult for our entrepreneurs, especially for us as well, because we had to close down our office because the staff was working from home. So what we did was trying to intensify the mentorship with them. Yes, we were not able to provide the space for their operation, but we were in constant communication with them, and we tried to get funds that specifically for businesses that were affected by the Corona. So, like I said, the team is a big team in both of the cities. And we always brainstorm, we always try to connect with other partners to make sure we are and our entrepreneurs are safe and operating.
Thank you so much, Gustavo. This was amazing. I hope we can do it again when you have other programs. It's always so beneficial for AUIS students to participate in these kind of programs. Thank you for taking the time of your day and hosting this information session. I hope we talk and see you very soon.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. It's always nice to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We hope to see you next Wednesday on a different topic. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.